How does a retired D2 basketball player become a better shooter than Steph Curry himself? Well, this is Seth McCoy, aka the 6 shooter. And well, he just broke the world record for most 3-pointers made in 24 hours, knocking down 10,628 of them. Now, this is incredible on its own, but he did it shooting over 88% and taking nearly 100,000 steps, which equates to about 2 marathons. So tonight, we're sitting down with him to understand just how he got here, what was the most painful part of this experience, and asking him the question that everyone wants to know. Do you think you're the best shooter in the world?
Man,
I'd like to welcome the best shooter in the world. Some are saying Seth McCoy. Man, how is your body feeling? How does your shoulders feel? Because I can't even imagine just moving that long.
man, since this wasn't my first attempt at this world record. So this was my third and final attempt. Probably for 3 days after, I didn't feel like getting out of bed. Wrist was swollen, shoulders surprisingly fine. But like you said, walking basically 2 marathons, couldn't feel my legs, my core hurt, everything that you could possibly think of hurt. The only 2 main injuries that I had during this world record attempt was my wrist that surprisingly got swollen like 2 hours into the 24 hours. So for 22 hours of this world record attempt, I had my wrist wrapped, couldn't flick my wrist completely. And then my back, I think I pulled a muscle in my back. But I had a chiropractor there on site, so that helped. And then honestly, just had the best team in the world behind me, so they helped push me through.
Man, it's wild. Like I truly, man, like I want to say just from a start, props, because I know you've been working at this for a very, very long time. How long has it been? This is your third attempt at this?
Third attempt. It's basically been a 3-year journey for me. I attempted this back in 2023 and made 8,200 before my thumb got swollen and I couldn't shoot anymore. And then we don't really talk too much about my second attempt because I only made it about 12 hours last year before I basically had a Charlie horse in every part of my body, which is stupid to try to shoot with that kind of muscle fatigue. But honestly, it was super sweet this year just because the reason that I did it again was definitely different. And everything behind it was a little different. And the lead up to it was a little different. The big thing that a lot of people don't know or I guess I haven't talked about too much was I was 4 months ago, I was 226 pounds, which I was bulking because I like lifting a lot. And I actually, in 4 months, I lost 30 pounds preparing for this world record. I trimmed down a lot. My wife seems to really like lean Seth more than bulky Seth. So that worked out. But I basically was in a calorie deficit for 4 months, lost 30 pounds. And I really think the impact of jumping 10,000 times in 24 hours, having that little bit of weight off, definitely made the difference for sure. Because I knew going into this time, if I can at least get my body through the 24 hours, my shooting will kind of speak for itself. I knew if I could at least get there, my percentage would hold up, and I'm glad that it did.
Yeah, no, I feel like a very underrated aspect of that, obviously the reasoning you're losing this much weight was you had to have a certain level of stamina. Like that is an underrated part of this feat. Obviously, shooting 88% for 24 hours was at 440 or so threes an hour is just mind-blowing in its own. But the stamina to be able to shoot for that long is incredible. So what were the workouts like training for this? What were you doing? Was there obviously things out of the gym, things on the floor? How do you keep your upper body in that shape? What was the training to get into this?
So basically, for me on the basketball side, what I've been doing for the last 5 years on social media has been the shooting live streams, the very high volume. I shoot 1,000 shots every live stream or every day. And what I was initially known for was hitting 100 threes in a row, 120 different times. That's the list that I've built over the last 5 years. And obviously seeing Steph Curry hitting the 105 back in 2021 was what inspired me to try to do that, because I thought that was humanly impossible. And to be able to sit back and be like, I've done that 120 times now is pretty cool for me to be able to say 193 is my record in a row. Um, but doing that for 5 years has kind of been the the key factor shooting wise, shooting stamina wise. That's kind of got me to the point where I thought I could do this 24-hour record. I went in the first year that I did this in 2023 with basically just that kind of conditioning wise, just my live streams. And so I kind of went in overconfident because I thought, oh, I do this on live stream every single day. Obviously, 24 hours isn't going to be that much more difficult. But obviously, it humbled me the first time. And then I was the second attempt. Obviously, it didn't go great. I was a little overweight. I was 225 pounds last year when I attempted this, and body just shut down completely.
Hmm.
I try to explain to people because a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, you're just shooting in one spot. It can't be that difficult." I'm like, "Hey guys, doing this for 24 hours will hurt, right? Like doing anything repetitively for 24 hours is gonna hurt your body. It's gonna shock your body." And I'm also jumping. I don't I don't jump that high, but I'm still jumping for my jump shot. Like so, it's not, and I'm 200 pounds. Like that's still a lot of weight that's gonna land on your calves every single time. So I knew preparing for this time, I had to really diet. I had to really get down weight. But what a lot of people don't think about is the mental fatigue of doing something for 24 hours. Because what a lot of people don't know is I'm counting. I'm the one that counts for the makes. So basically, for all 24 hours, I had to count. So like, not only do I have to focus on making the shots, but like the whole entire time, I'm counting 1 to 100. Every single time I get to 100, I yell out 100. That's when they tally. And
It's crazy.
like so not even just physically, right? I'm like I have to be locked in for the whole entire
Yeah.
24 hours because I'm counting. So not anybody else. I only trust myself when it comes to counting. So like I just like in my normal live streams, I'm counting my in a rows. Every time I miss, I start over. I don't listen to music when I shoot. I don't do anything like that because then that could cause me to miss because I'm thinking about it. It's all mental, right?
Hmm.
And when it comes to this, I'm just happy that mentally I was in a good space the whole entire time. I had a really good team behind me that was keeping me positive and keeping me going. I had one or two meltdowns. I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while throughout this stream, because obviously stuff's gonna hit the fan for 24 hours because something's gonna happen. Um, but I had the right people there. I had the right motivation. I was doing it for a different reason this year. I'm gonna keep saying that because the last 2 years it was kind of like for myself. This year it was for my grandpa actually passed away a few months ago in a hospice care center, and I knew he was one of my biggest fans. He believed in me to no extent, and this year it was like I did it to raise money for him and for the hospice care center that he passed away in. We're hoping still to raise money to donate a bench so me and my family have somewhere to go to kind of visit him, and I know like he was there the times I was trying to give up and kind of giving me that extra motivation to push through. So not just physically but spiritually, like it was a pretty crazy experience all around. Um, but
That's
this
flow
number,
state. It's what the kids
like you
always
know what
tell
I
me.
mean?
Yeah, flow
Like
state. You're in the
it's
flow state.
it's insane, man. Like all of this, like people can look at this and just be like, "Oh, it's 24 hours, like whatever." But like, dude, it's a 3-year journey. It's a 3-year journey, and I've grown a lot in the last 3 years. And I knew, man, if I could just get it off my middle finger every single time, I don't care how much
Yeah,
pain I'm in, I can get it to the rim.
it's incredible, man. And you say that the feature of pain that happens throughout this challenge, right? Your body is going through it. You might be in that flow state, and things might be going well in the moment, but I'm sure you're aching. So when you're breaking the world record for most amount of threes in a single day, what was the most painful part of it?
Oh man, this year the pain was my wrist, and it was stupid. It's stupid to say that because it's my shooting wrist and it's a shooting record, right? So people are going to look at the final number and they're going to be pretty amazed by that because obviously 10,628 is a big number. And what's crazy is like, dude, I couldn't feel my wrist for 22 hours.
Yeah,
Like
jeez.
my There was things I anticipated happening, right? Because you have to have a plan, you have to have an idea of what's going to happen. I knew my back was going to hurt at some point. I knew my legs were going to hurt at some point. I knew my wrist was going to give out at some point. Didn't anticipate my wrist giving out 2 hours in. So I'm sitting there like, how the hell am I going to shoot with a hurt wrist for 22 hours? And then my cousin got on ChatGPT. They're like, hey, this is what's happening. What should we do? So we were getting into literally a cycle of dunk my wrist into ice, stretch my calves. My dad, the chiropractor, told my dad something to be able to pull my wrist for something to help with alleviating something. And then it was shoot 100 shots and then rinse and repeat. And
Damn.
I just got really lucky that my wrist didn't get worse. So
Yeah.
I couldn't flick my wrist. So it's like I was just trying to get that ball to go straight every single time and hope that it went in. And I'm glad that, obviously, looking at the 88%, I made more than I missed.
Yeah. No. 88% for 24 hours was the process that he went through to break this record. So, first off, can you tell us a little bit more about like the career arc? Obviously, you're a college basketball player, but how do you become this good at one thing? You're this good at shooting the 3 point. I know a lot of people I see in the comments are like, "Oh, well, is this going to come translate to the?" No, you're doing this. What is the reasoning behind just the 3 pointer, and how did we get to this point?
So growing up, this is going to tie into the world record, right? Just the mindset of why I'm probably like I'm crazy enough to try it 3 times, right? And I've loved proving people wrong more than anything that I've ever loved doing in my life. So I fell in love with basketball not for the sense of just pure joy of basketball. I fell in love with basketball because basketball represents basically everything I'm supposed to be bad at. I'm not the most athletic, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the tallest. I can't jump the highest, but I fell in love with the in a row aspect of shooting, and I knew that the shooting aspect of getting better requires a lot of work and the day-to-day toll of sacrificing myself to the grind to being able to be that elite level of a shooter. And I know that's one of those skills that if you see somebody who's an elite level shooter, you know how much work went into becoming that great of a shooter, right? And at every stage of my career, was told I was not good enough, starting from 6th grade. Like, I was told at a 6th grade tryout from the coach, like, hey, you're never going to be a good basketball player. You might be a good coach one day. And I remember I was 12. I was driving home and I was like, it's the first time I looked at my mom and I was like, why can he tell me that? Like, if I'm willing to work my butt off and outwork everybody, why can somebody else write my story or tell me what I can and can't do if I'm willing to work as hard as I possibly can? And and that was the moment that I told my mom, I was like, I'm quitting football, I'm quitting baseball, I'm gonna focus on basketball. And that's what I did. And it's like, and then I got to high school. They told me I wouldn't play varsity basketball. I did at a very high level, right? And then they told me I wasn't gonna play in college. I did. I scored 1,000 points in college and broke my college's career 3 point make record in 3 seasons. And then they told me I wasn't gonna play professionally. I did for a season, you know? Like, I've banged my head against this door for such a long time that I never had a backup plan. I never had something else I wanted to do. I always wanted to inspire the younger generation to love basketball as much as I can and as much as I do. And content creation, dude, I got lucky getting into it. I didn't have the personality of a content creator. I had a story. I thought I had a message. My whole life I've wanted to inspire kids, and what my platform's been able to give me is a farther reach. I felt like if I found that kid that was on the brink of giving up, that didn't have the support system that I did, like my family, that is constantly searching for somebody to believe in them, I wanted to give them that outlet, and I wanted to give them that person that they can look at and be like, hey, this guy's 28 years old. He's still shooting 1,000 shots every single day, and he's still trying to prove people wrong. So why can I give up? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to do that. You know what I mean? People can look at NBA guys. People can look at all these professional athletes, and I'm not trying to compete with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like, people in my comments are like, oh, you should go against Lethal Shooter. You should go against Steph Curry. You're the best shooter in the world. Like, no, like that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it so somebody that's out there that's slow, unathletic, and has been told that they're not good enough can look at somebody who's been told the same exact thing, and I didn't have any upper hand. I wasn't a natural basketball player. I shot with two hands up until sixth grade. Like, I wasn't a great basketball player, but I had dedication, and I had determination. Those were the two things that fueled me through my whole entire life. And the fact that somebody out there can try to, because I know everybody has coaches in their lives and everybody has people in their lives that are telling them that they're working hard for absolutely no reason. And I'm hoping people can watch me on my live streams and be like, he's not being competitive with anybody else. He's just being competitive with himself and trying to do better than what he did the day before. That's my whole thing. I want to do better than I did the day before. And that's why I still do the inner rows. That's because I'm still chasing 193, right? Like, I'm still trying to do better than I did the day before. I don't care what anybody else does. I want to do better than what I did. And then this record, it's like that 10,381 was in my brain for 3 years. And first year, thumb got swollen. I couldn't shoot anymore. Felt like I gave up on myself. And then and I had people in my comments tell me I was a quitter. And I had people who obviously was probably sitting and watching, eating Doritos, telling me that I sucked and I couldn't do anything, right? And then I tried it again. Worse, way worse than the first time. And again, oh, you're a quitter. You only lasted 12 hours? What the hell? And then I told myself after that I probably wasn't going to do it again. I was like, 24 hours, man, might be impossible.
It's a long time.
It's a long time, man. It's 24 hours doing one thing is kind of crazy, right? And I got a job as head of basketball operations at a gym in Ohio, and the kids that I train every single day, it's like they inspired me to want to attempt this again. They kind of fueled that fire again in my heart, that it's like I saw the kids that, like, I saw me and a lot of the kids that I train, and I'm like, ooh, like, I didn't have somebody like that other than my parents and my family that I could look up to. And it's like, if you saw the video of me breaking it, all these kids were lined across the tarps and stuff. And it's like, those were the kids I train. And it's like, they got to see everything that I preach, everything that I'm about, that I tell them. They saw me do it for 24 hours. Yeah. And it's like, that's the coolest thing, I think, for me. This is a long 3-year journey, and that number's been in the back of my head for a really long time. But just seeing it firsthand, it's like, hey, I didn't give up. Like, I did it. I was stupid enough to try this 3 times. Like, and I still want to keep going. Like, this is the first time in my life that I can sit back and be like, damn, like, those kids were looking at me like I would run through a brick wall for that guy now. And it's like, I've seen it in some of my training sessions that I've had now. It's like, I want to make a difference. I want kids to look at me and be like, if he can do it, I can. Mm-hmm. But what a lot of kids don't understand is, especially with basketball, I sacrificed my entire life to get better at this thing, because I loved it and I loved what I could do with it, using basketball as a vehicle to inspire, right? And kids think there's magic sauce, a magic drill to get better at shooting, and there's not. It's the fact that you have to do it every single day. Got to do it every single day, and I love that about it, because it teaches you accountability, it teaches you humility. It's not easy. Becoming an elite level shooter is not easy. It's not flashy. It's not cool looking at all. Like, it's days and hours in the gym working on your craft, and it's just what you can do with it, especially with social media, as much as like what your platform can do. I got lucky, right? I have a skill that kids like to watch, and I've never understood really why people liked watching my live streams, because I'm in it. Like, I don't really get it. So I can start spitting numbers at you, and it doesn't really make any sense to me why they're impressive, and then other people have to stop me when I start talking numbers and stuff. But yeah, it's like, I hope that this record attempt, and that this 3-year long journey that I can finally put a end to, can really help inspire kids, not just to keep playing with basketball, because it's not just basketball, just whatever you love, whatever you want to go after. If you're willing to put everything that you possibly can into it. I figured out a way to keep basketball a part of my life when the ball stopped bouncing, right? I'm 28, I'm still playing. Like, I'm still finding a way to inspire kids, right? And yeah, the the videos of me crying and stuff from it. It's like that's
Yeah.
what was going through my head.
It's
It wasn't the
powerful, man.
record. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I
you can
mean?
feel it. When you're watching, you can feel it. You can feel everybody in the gym. And I think for the people watching at home, that inspiration piece, what he's talking about right there, like there's a bigger meaning to everything. If a lot of people always ask me, there's kids in the chat right now that are asking, hey, can you make a video about me? Can you do this? Can you talk to us about or can you blow us up on your platform? Can you get us ranked? Right? It's not like that, right? It's not a one step, one thing is going to change your entire life, is going to change your entire
Exactly.
world. It's building every single day and getting a little bit better from the day behind you. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from everybody here is to listen to what he just said. Build each day, get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And maybe one day you go out there and do something as insane as this. So, Seth, I really appreciate you being on here, man. We're right down the road. We might got to slide down to Ohio, film a full
Dude,
YouTube video or something like that sometime
you're
soon.
welcome in my gym, man.
I'd love it. But final question, you can get one word answer here. Do you think you're the best shooter in the world?
Steph Curry is the best shooter in the world.
He's too humble.
Steph Curry is the best shooter in the world. He's the reason I do what I do, right? And I'll always say that I'm never trying to be better than anybody. I'm never trying to be better than anybody. I'm just hoping I can inspire kids the way that he inspired me. You know what I mean?
I love it, man. I love it. Well, I've had a blast talking to you, my guy. This has been incredible. Everybody, make sure you go follow at Six Shooter social media. He's got great videos outside of just these challenges. Does stuff. He's posting every day, like we're saying, getting better each day. So, Seth, man, we appreciate your time. Have a blessed rest of your night, and thank you for being the inaugural guest on our live stream here.
I really appreciate it, guys. If you ever see him live, just say yo, and maybe this will happen to you guys too.
Literally, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go on a test live today and like just make sure everything worked, which it didn't. The audio was not great when we started, but hey, we overcome. But he literally shot me a comment on there. Was like, yo, talking about my 24-hour challenge, and I was like, yeah,
Shoot
come
your
on,
shot,
let's do it.
guys.
You know what? You want to be the
Shoot
first
your
one? Let's
shot.
do it. Yeah.
And
Awesome,
all I'm
Seth.
gonna leave you with is this.
Oh, he's got it right there, signed and ready to go. Go watch his full video. Got Friga in it. Got Bilotti. There's some stars. And Seth, we'll talk to you soon, my man.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, bro.
See you, man.
Hey, this is Colin. We'll be going live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and dropping interview episodes like this every single Thursday. So make sure you hit subscribe for the All Ball Podcast and check us out on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to your podcasts. We have some big guests moving forward that you're not going to want to miss.